Hey Sagittarius, how are you? Welcome. Welcome back. If you're not new, today, Sagittarius, we are talking about the next blessing, next reward coming towards you because you successfully completed the most recent test or challenge. So keep in mind, Sagittarius, that this is not a message for every Sagittarius placement, and that's okay. Take it as it resonates. Also, Sagittarius, while you're here, if you're feeling my energy, you're feeling my vibe, maybe you love Run DMC like I do, go ahead and do that YouTube ritual that you do so well. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I post content specific to you. Now, if you would like to book a personal pre-recorded reading with me, please see the link in the description box below. Copy and paste it and tell you how to get one. So let's get into it. Let's look into what the situation is surrounding this most recent test or challenge that Sagittarius successfully completed. And congratulations, Sagittarius. What is the most recent test or challenge that Sagittarius successfully completed? All right, here we go. We have the Eon. We have the Nine of Roots. That is the Nine of Coins or Nine of Pentacles in this deck. And we have the Nine of Blues. Okay, Sagittarius, 99 might be an important number to you. I suggest you look up the angel number, see what it says. If it resonates, go with it, But at the bottom of the deck here, we have the Queen of Axes. This is also the Queen of Swords in the traditional Rider Waite. So it's like there's two energies that I'm getting here. There's your energy, Sagittarius, showing up as the Nine of Roots or the Nine of Pentacles. You're somebody who has become and worked towards self-sufficiency. You have come into a space where you know that everything that you need is within. You don't have to look outside for validation or anything like that. As a matter of fact, you are a master manifester. And this is outside of biological sex. This is outside of gender identity. But we also have the Queen of Swords here. And this is somebody who is very, very intelligent, very book smart. Somebody who is, the core value. One of the core values is being honest. It's the truth, and they shoot it straight with no chaser. It's really one of those fuck your feelings situation a lot of times. So whoever this Queen of Swords is to you, I am getting a feminine energy, a mother figure, but it doesn't necessarily have to be your mother, if that makes sense. So the situation surrounding this test is that there was a paradigm shift. It was like a shift in how you started to see yourself, because maybe this person, whoever this is to you, Sagittarius, it's like they were somebody who didn't really spare your feelings growing up. As a matter of fact, they probably gave you a certain complex. I don't want to say gave you one, but you developed rather a complex about yourself. Maybe it was something like you didn't feel like you were enough. You didn't feel like you were worthy of many things. However, let's talk again about this 99. This 99 that's here, this shift that has happened, because although, where your thoughts were rooted in how this person may have treated you, although you know this person better than I do. Sometimes um, older generations talk to people a certain way because that's how they were taught to. It doesn't mean it wasn't done out of love, because it it things like that can make us super resilient, you know? But yeah, let's go back to these 99s though. What has shifted in your life is this self sufficiency. Not just that, but you have come to a place where you have received a lot, where you're sitting pretty, really. You're sitting pretty. You're sitting pretty. In the fact that you actually see your worth, you recognize your worth, and you are in a space of fulfillment, not just financially, but emotionally and mentally. It's not that it didn't take hard work or anything like that, but you did it. Yeah. What was let's clarify this. Let's clarify these right here regarding the test. Clarify regarding Sagittarius's test, please. Rhythm. King of Blues. Queen of Blues. Okay. I see what's going on here. I love it. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Jazz. That's the Seven of Wands. You started taking up for yourself. Look at that. Finding the passion. Look at that fire. Like, no, you like boundaries, all the things. Like, no, I love you, but I won't allow you to talk to me this way. I love you, but I won't allow you to treat me this way. I will even love you with a 10-foot pole, like look, feed you with a long wooden spoon. It's like, I love you from over there, but I will not allow what you won't do has stepped into your life. That's what this shift is. It's been a change in how you decided to move. Rhythm is a major specific to this deck, and it's all about it can represent ancestors. And for some of you, you did have a spiritual discovery. Maybe you did, start to embrace more of your spirituality, your benevolent ancestors, embrace your spirit team, and see that you are being guided, and they helped guide you into this balance here, because we are talking about the King of Blues and the Queen of Blues. That is the king and queen of cups. Emotional balance, yin and yang. Yeah, and it's not that it was easy. This hasn't been easy for you. Having to learn how to take up for yourself against somebody that you never thought that you would have to do that. You probably thought that they would learn, to see you. And you stood up for yourself in your own way. Maybe it didn't require a whole bunch of rah-rah, but you found that balance. You were guided into balance. And because of it, man, 99, you got 99 problems. But I tell you, comfort, peace, joy, love, self-love ain't one of them. I tell you that. I can tell you that much. People know what they won't do with Sagittarius now. And what they won't do is come up in there talking crazy. So let's find out about this blessing coming towards you. What is the reward for Sagittarius sticking up and setting boundaries, completing this test successfully? What is the reward coming towards Sagittarius for completing this test successfully? All right. We have Hermit. 4 of Swords. 2 of Swords. Wow. Okay. Bottom of the deck. Guess who showed up? Guess who came through? Guess who came through? The reward for what you've done, for seeing your worth, recognizing and expressing it, expressing your worth and authenticity is peace, solitude. And what this person is going to understand is that even when you have to steal away from maybe family events, go to yourself, it's because of these boundaries that you've set. They're going to realize that. They're going to realize that. And guess what that's going to cause? Because the Queen of Swords, even in the other deck, had her hand open in order to still receive. Like, she might be hard, but she ain't dumb. She might be hard, but she ain't dumb. And she's going to receive the truth, because this is my chill card. This is my peace card, And this 2 of Swords, it is about indecisiveness or being stuck, but it's also about new beginnings. This is going to be a new beginning. It may be a change. It may be a hard, not a hard, but a transition that has its challenges. But this person, whoever this is to you, Sagittarius, is open. It's open. It's going to look different, but they are going to accept who you are because they want that relationship. And it's all because you received the guidance to stand up for yourself. Yeah, I love this. I absolutely love this. All right, I'm looking at my notes here about what is next. So what is next? I have little notes to say what we're going to look into. So what is it that Sagittarius needs to know next? All right, we got 2 that already came out here. We got Strength, 6 of Wands. This is beautiful. Knight of Swords. Bottom of the deck is the 10 of Wands. They're going to try hard. They are going to try hard. Whoever this Queen of Swords is to you, they are really going to make the effort. They're really going to make the effort. So it is definitely up to you to subdue, the want to um possibly judge and revert. You already elevated to another level. Let's stay there. But to it's up to you to recognize that the work that they're doing, because this is a struggle. We're talking about decades worth of somebody acting in a specific way because of how they were raised. So although, it took some time for you to change, it's going to take some time for them to change and adjust as well too. So stay strong in that new Sagittarius, on that new Sagittarius level. Yeah. Because there's going to be times where, this person might revert back, and there's going to be some times that it'll bring confrontation, because again, it, decades decades of acting a specific way. So it's easy. We know it's always easy to go back to old habits. They die hard. But it's on you to stay strong and encourage, and to see, like, you know what? I see you. I see you, Queen of Swords. Thank you for acknowledging A, B, and C. Or, even on the other side of things, still have your boundaries. It doesn't mean let down your boundaries at all. There's a such thing as positive reinforcement. I'm just saying. But, recognize the wins too. And make sure you just don't go to their level when those time of confrontation come. Those times where they may revert back to old behaviors. Final message here. Congratulations, Sagittarius. Final message for Sagittarius on gaining peace and changing, elevating themselves. And you know what? It's true. When we change ourselves, people around us either have to change or they remove themselves. And that's it on that. That's it. That's all. The final message for Sagittarius regarding this reward, blessing of peace, joy, contentment, fulfillment. Love it. Love it. Final message. Says love spell. You've been bewitched. Yeah. Intuition at the bottom of the deck. The red flags you ignore will come back to bite you later. We were talking about family, chosen family, or blood related. You know who the Queen of Swords person is to you. But Spirit is telling you here about what's coming forward in your romantic life. Again, this is outside of biological sex. This is outside of gender identity. Make sure you're paying attention to new romantic prospects. If you are already in a relationship, and you know how I just said, when you change, people around you either have to change or they're removed. There's some people around you, Sagittarius, that may do the most to not be removed. I mean, this one in particular. Somebody is, I don't know who this is for, but somebody is going to do and go get work done to try to keep you around. And I hear you found your voice. And I guess they don't like the fact that you are starting to stand up not only to the Queen of Swords, but to whomever this is. They want the status quo to remain. So be careful, Sagittarius. Be careful. It's not going to work because, again, you are divinely guided. But make sure you stay protected. Whatever that is to whatever that means to you. You know, some of y'all are doing candle work. Some of y'all got the spiritual baths. You know, do whatever you need to do. Talk to your spirit team for your highest good. If you have a spiritual leader, consult with them. Get a reading. You know, there's the link in the description box. I'm just saying, be careful out there. Yeah, but congratulations. I love this. I love the elevation and the reward of peace in your life. And it's expanding to others. That's beautiful. Take care, Sagittarius. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I post content specific to you. Until next time, y'all, take care. Bye.